We still have our most desire thing, most darkness, first 10. That is where our people need to be aimed at for today's story. So, as it relates to salvation and redemptive work, now it's time to walk about what you know. Sometimes I'm talking right now. And if you let that you suppose she say that every to the end of my life. Your eyes down, what you want with your way. I pray you see before your last day. My mission is to just barely get nobody move, nobody get hurt. Keeping the most high charge, it ain't no previous work. If you keep the sun versus you walk to the search, you get a dose of wisdom. Give all to the poor in need and always drop seed. You'll be amazed at the people who need the king of the holy oracle like roasted meat or a vegan hamburger. You know what I mean? Always with the helping hand in your breath. And as kings, we must protect the women and the children. Need to move their heart. The time gets short before the chance track the sky with a spark. Let them know what they need. All right. We back once again. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our power. The power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. You got your boy T Boogie back in the building. I got the young lion women once again standing 10 toes down, feet on the ground. We're going to bring you another lesson that the Most High calls these young brothers to put together. The title of tonight's lesson is Let the Overseers Examine Themselves. Part 1, the example of Saul. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the young lion.
All praise to the Most High. Happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom. You know what I'm saying? To all the Hebrews worldwide, it's good to be back on another Shabbat. Man, I'm happy to be here.
All praise.
Happy to be breathing, happy to be back.
Yes, sir.
Amongst the land of the living. Y'all see the title though, is let the overseers examine themselves. The example of Saul, part 1. So over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna spotlight the first king of Israel. All right, and that was King Saul. And we all know the story about King Saul, but a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, we read these stories, we miss a lot of things.
Right.
You know, and what sparked this lesson is in this late hour, you seeing, you know, if you've been paying attention in the Israelite community or our world, you know what I'm saying, it's been a lot of these so-called overseers or teachers being exposed for wicked acts. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I don't care what you talking or whoever camp you talking. You know, if you've been paying attention, you know what's going on.
Right.
You know, so no need to get into any specifics and none of that. And this ain't to, you know, throw shots at anybody or tear anybody down. You know, it's exactly what the title says. Let the overseers examine themselves.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The scripts that we're gonna bring out, you know, really meditate on it. You know, a lot of the questions that you're gonna hear be asked are rhetorical questions once we actually get into Saul and his deeds. All right, and we're gonna break it up into parts, you know what I'm saying, because of how the flow of the lesson gonna go. You know, but you know, a lot of brothers, another thing I want to hit on is it's, you know, a doctrine out here. You know, a lot of people have a problem with what I do. I'm 26 years old. You know, a lot of brothers and sisters believe as if I shouldn't be up here teaching the word of the Most High. But yeah, exactly. And we, you know, we ain't gonna go on all night about, you know, doctrine tonight, not tonight at least. But what I'm gonna do, you know, what the Most High and His Spirit prompted me to do is to bring out all the scriptures, bring out more scriptures that need to be looked at and need to be examined. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be out here with your flank open, basically.
Right.
you know, it looks real bad when you say somebody shouldn't be doing something. You know, and they doing work for the Most High. You know, so you saying somebody should be doing work for the Most High, that the Most High that blessed. You know what I'm saying? Who are you to say that or to make that call?
Right.
And then you only use one qualification of it. There's many qualifications to be an overseer or so-called teacher or bishop, as the scriptures call it. Many qualifications other than age. I mean, if we being real,
bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? So the first spot, you know, but I just want all the overseers, you know what I'm saying, young or old. You know, this lesson for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Let us look at Saul. And let us look at how he conducted himself and how the Lord dealt with him. Why he conducted himself, how he conducted himself as a leader of the people, as an overseer.
Right.
Right? So how you conducted yourself as an overseer over your assembly. You know, are you you know, showing fair judgment across the board? You know what I'm saying? Are you standing for something? Are you patient? Are you apt to teach? Are you blameless? You know what I'm saying? Are you taking care of your own household? All of those are qualifications for being a bishop. You see what I'm saying? Age is just one aspect of it, and age is not the tell-all signs of a qualified overseer. Because what if you 30, but you ain't blameless, and you don't take care of your household, and you ain't patient, and you ain't apt to teach?
They don't talk about that.
Huh?
They don't talk about that.
Nah, no, they don't. And what make it so sweet, because I know some of you Negroes is listening, and y'all know who I'm talking to. We ain't gonna read out none of these lost books tonight. We coming straight out of the 66.
How you doing?
You know what I'm saying? And in the Torah. Most of it is gonna be in 1 Samuel, in the Torah. Also, where they also like to go to say, you know, you shouldn't be up here teaching you 30. And if you go read that in Leviticus 3 and Leviticus 4, those are for the sons of Levi. If you pick it up at verse 1, y'all just want to skip to where it say 30, but let's pick it up at verse 1. Can you right? Can you prove you a son of Levi? If you can't, Ezra 2, verse 62, you need to sit down somewhere. And we ain't under Levitical priesthood in no way. So those rules don't apply. And then you want to run to where it say, y'all say Christ was 30. The scriptures say he was about 30. About means almost in the vicinity of. Also, Christ started his ministry before he was 30. Okay, but we ain't gonna rubber too long. We finna hop right off on into it. Again, the title is Let the Overseers Examine Themselves, an example of Saul, part 1. And the first place we going to is 1 Timothy chapter 3.
All right.
Because we about to find out some of these qualifications of an overseer and see what it really entails. You can pick it up whenever you get ready.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, and I read. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desires a good work.
So he's saying, look, this saying is true and irrefutable. He said, if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desires the good work. So if you got young brothers coming up that you want to put your hand to the plow, man, look, don't let nobody box you in because of where you congregate at. You know what I'm saying? Don't get boxed in. You desire a good work, and you know if the Most High then told you what you need to be doing, you better get to it. Go ahead.
A bishop must be blameless.
Must be what?
Blameless.
Okay, so right out the box, that's the first thing in name, blameless. And blameless don't mean sinless. You know, when you look up that word in the concordance, it means to take a hold of. So a man must be blameless, meaning a man must there's nothing about him that somebody can take a hold of and kill his assembly with or kill his ministry with.
Make sure I on the bottom down there
on this YouTube.
Yeah, I went yeah. Go back over to your right. Turn it all in. All right. Sing the sound bar when we want to.
Okay.
Sorry about this, y'all.
Sorry about that, y'all. So, well, like I said, blameless in the concordance means you see to take hold of. So it shouldn't be nothing an outsider can look at this man's behavior and take a hold of and bring it and attack him with, or attack his assembly with.
Right.
So blameless is going into your track record of behavior. No current faults on your jacket. That's what blameless is. That's one qualification of an overseer. That's what a bishop means. Overseer, teacher. Blameless. Go ahead.
The husband of one wife.
The husband of one wife. Now I know plenty of brothers that put this word out that's diligent with more than one wife.
Right.
All I'm gonna say is get into that word one, and you will find out. Go ahead.
Vigilant.
Vigilant. Sober-minded. Go ahead. So he's spiritually aware all the time. Go ahead.
Of good behavior.
Of what?
Good behavior.
Good behavior. Go ahead.
Given to hospitality. Apt to teach.
Apt to teach. So you good in the public speaking. You good talking to a group of people one-on-one. You can sit down with the Egyptologists. You can sit down with the Muslim, the Baptist, Sunday Christian. Even the Israelite that see things a little bit differently than you do.
Right.
Apt to teach. Go ahead.
I want to throw some caveat on that one wife thing. Now, not getting into the polygyny side of that, but a lot of you brothers that have slept with multiple women since you got out there water, multiple women since you got out there water and ain't taking care of man one of them, then hey, you disqualified.
Let's get into it. It's the husband of one wife, right?
Right.
So let's get this word one in the court. You have another wife and you want to teach.
Right. Because we got a lot of brothers out there, man, that's just sleeping around with sisters, running through the daughters of Zion, but you know what I'm saying, they ain't doing it the right way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you disqualified by that right there alone. You need to sit down. Sit yourself down.
Right here in the concordance is G3391, and the Greek word for it is Mia. And it says only one. The outline biblical usage says only one someone, right? Now you get down to the Strong's definitions. It says one or first. First, okay. A certain. Agree. First, one. And the last word is other. So if you do have another wife, guess what? You have to be within the laws of even that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I ain't finna sit up here and say a brother can't teach because he got more than one wife. I know plenty of brothers that's diligent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I know that's diligent, that's doing this work. But the whole thing is when it starts spilling over and it's keeping you from doing your work, like you trying to teach a class and all along steady blowing your phone. You hold on, let me get this, y'all. Hold on. No, you can't. That's when it's a problem.
You out of order anyway.
Yeah, you out of order anyway. All right, so go ahead.
Verse 3. Not given to wine.
Not given to wine. Go ahead.
No striker.
That's right.
Not greedy of filthy lucre. Be but patient, not a brawler, not covetous.
Wow. Go ahead.
One that ruleth his own house well.
That's right. Go ahead.
Having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Okay, so if you can't rule your house, if you can't rule your family at home, how you gonna rule the church family?
First ministry.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Your ministry starts at home first. So, and the people need to see that you can take care of your household. You know, how you run into a man for that's trying that you think he gonna lead you into the direction of salvation, and he can't even direct his own wife and kids. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, these are qualifications of an overseer.
Right.
Do you fit the bill? Rhetorical question. Do you fit the bill? Yeah, you may be of age, but what about all this right here? Yeah, that brother might not be of age, but is he exemplifying all this?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Verse 5. For the man know not how to rule his own house. Right. How shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. So we see it clearly right here in this verse 10:3. It's not your knowledge that make you a qualified leader alone. It's not even your spiritual gifts, because guess what? Judas was an overseer, so to speak. He was one of the 12 disciples that had spiritual power. But when he died, guess what? The scripture said he went straight into perdition.
Destruction.
And if you know anything of what happens to the soul after you die, listen to what I'm saying. The soul, you know what perdition is, and that ain't good. And now that brother has spiritual power.
Right.
So we seeing it's godly character that makes you a qualified teacher.
Right.
Along with the other aspects, you know, and if you ain't got it, the godly character far more outweighs the age thing, because it's a whole lot of examples in the scripture of old wicked elders and young men that stood up, and young men that the Most High used. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Not a novice. Not a novice. A novice is somebody newly into this walk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Not a novice. Lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into condemnation of the devil.
That's right. That's right. So a novice, he newly planted. You know, newly planted trees ain't took root yet. You know, you got to be rooted in this.
Right.
Can't be a novice. That was verse
6.
Moreover,
he must have a good report of them which are without.
Oh, a good report of them which are without. So those who ain't in the faith, you have to even have a good report of them.
Yes, sir.
You know, like you might have a Muslim friend. He might, man, I can't get with that Bible he talking about, but that's a good brother right there. That's what that's talking about.
Right.
The Baptist, yeah, he crazy about that Bible with that Bible, but that boy, that's a good boy right there. A good report to those without. That's another qualification. Go ahead. That was verse 7.
In the 7.
Okay.
Lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil.
And the snare of the devil. So now we read the qualifications of a bishop or overseer. You see what I'm saying? We seeing right here, it's surpassing the age thing. Yeah. It's way more to it, ain't it? Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 4. Let's go right on to the 4th chapter and read verse 12.
Let no man despise thy youth.
Let no man think less of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't let nobody get that all around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might say it to somebody else, but you sure won't say that to my face, and it ain't gonna go unchecked. I'm gonna check that.
And Paul talking here to Timothy.
Yeah.
Tell him the same exact word.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of believers.
See that? If he a youth trying to put his hand to this plow, you don't need to be looking at his age. Is he an example to the believers?
Right.
That's what you need to be looking at. See, y'all looking at the wrong things. Go ahead.
In word.
In
conversation.
Conversation meaning lifestyle. Go ahead.
In charity.
In
love. In spirit. In faith.
Brother has strong faith. Go ahead.
In purity.
Lives a pure lifestyle, free of sexual immorality. Go ahead.
Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
That's right.
Neglect not the gift that is in thee.
You see what he's telling a youth at this time? Neglect not the gift that is in you. If you know that gift is in you, you know the Most High done called you. It don't matter what your age is. You know if Yah is dealing with you or not.
Right.
Neglect not the gift that is within you. Go ahead.
Which was given thee by prophecy. With the laying on of hands of the presbytery.
That's right.
Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly unto them.
That's right.
That thy profiting may appear to all.
Yeah, so don't worry about all the outside talk, what people say you should be doing, man. Give yourself wholly to your ministry. And let the people see your fruits. The work gonna speak for itself, whether you of age or not. The work you doing is gonna show if the Most High is with you or not. You see what I'm saying? The things you say, people change their behavior patterns.
Right.
Of the things you say. meditate out the things you done told them or the things that y'all done talked about. You know what I'm saying? That brothers, you know what I'm saying? You being a blessing to help the brother or sister, man. To hell with what they talking about. You ain't of age. Keep your hand on that plow.
Right.
Go ahead.
13. 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Oh, that's about save thyself and them that hear thee.
So he in a bit of helping saving soul.
That's right. That's right. Let's go to James chapter 3. Because we read, if you desire the office of a bishop, that's a good thing, but it's something you must know that this, you don't need to take this light. You don't need to take this light at all. We're going to read James chapter 3, verse 1.
My brother, be not many masters.
Go ahead.
Be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
You see that? He said, look, don't be so eager to get in this thing and don't know what you're getting into.
Right.
He said, because we, the masters, the teachers, we're going to receive a more strict, a more thorough judgment than everybody else. You see, so this ain't no light thing. Even though you desire a good thing, this ain't no light thing.
Right.
He said that knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Condemnation right there means judgment.
That's it, brother.
So our judgment gonna be strict. Oh, so you was the teacher of the law, huh? Let's see if you kept the law.
Ooh-wee.
Did you teach the people and not teach thyself?
Paul asked questions, didn't he?
Yeah, rhetorical questions. I mean, hey, ask yourself. Ask yourself. All right. We about to get into it now. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 8. Let's put the spotlight on our forefather Saul. Let's get into it. 1 Samuel chapter 8. Let the overseers examine themselves.
Yes, sir.
1 Samuel chapter 8 and pick it up in verse 1.
It came to pass when Samuel was old, he made his sons judges over Israel. Excuse me. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel. The name of his second, Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba.
Yeah.
And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment.
Right.
Then the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah.
So Samuel was righteous, but he had a wicked son. You know, and the whole thing, when you see something like that, you have to look, well, is the wickedness because of the father or did they just go off?
Right.
You know, and sometimes the kids just go off. I mean, that's the reality.
Exactly.
The kids it ain't nothing that the parents did. The kids just go off. You know, but that's why the script say train them up. And, you know, they'll come right on back sooner or later. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And he said unto him, behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy way.
Right.
Now make us a king and to judge us like the other nations, like all nations.
Now you see, Israel already had a king. And it was the Most High.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He had already proven him. Had he not already proven himself a worthy king?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We wanted a king for carnal reasons. So he gave them a carnal king. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. And the Most High said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them.
So he was our king.
Right, brother.
And this ain't nothing new with our people. When Yeshua was finna be delivered up, they said, we have no king but Caesar.
Sure did. Sure did.
That's our people, though. You see it here in the Old Testament and again in the New. We have no king but Caesar.
That's how we acting today, too.
Boy, go ahead.
Verse 8. According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and have served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit ye protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. And Samuel told all the words of the Most High unto the people, and asked him of a king.
So he said, y'all want a king? I'm going to show y'all what type of king y'all going to have. Go ahead.
And he said, this will be the manner of the king. This will be the manner of the king. I lost my plot.
Verse 11.
Verse 11. And he said unto them, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself.
Now listen to what all he finna say on how this king finna be. All you gonna hear is take, and take. Because earthly kings don't come to serve, they come to be served.
That's it, bro.
So he basically finna let y'all know, okay, since y'all wanted a king, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all finna be his servants. Right. Now, when I was y'all king, y'all didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
But since y'all want an earthly king, I'm finna tell y'all the man of y'all king, and he gonna take, and take. Y'all finna be his slaves. Go ahead.
He will take your son and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen.
You see that? Y'all see your son serving the king. Go ahead.
His son shall run before his chariots, and he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over 50s, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers.
Yeah.
And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. And he will take a tenth of your seed and of your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants, and your goodliest men, young men, and your asses, and put them to his work.
Yeah.
And he will take a tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servant.
You see that? Take. But this is what y'all wanted, though.
Right.
Go ahead.
And ye shall cry out in the day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen. And the Lord will not hear you in that day.
He said, which ye shall have chosen. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they say, nay, but we will have a king over us.
They like, man, whatever. Just give us a king. And we're going to find out in later chapters, we're going to find out another reason why they wanted a king. And we're going to find out that this wasn't written in order, no type of chronological order.
Right.
It was another reason why they asked for a king. Go ahead.
Verse 20. That we also may be like all the nations.
Yeah.
And that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battle.
Fight our battle. That's the reason why we're going to read in chapter 12. I mean 11. But go ahead.
And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of the Lord. And the Most High said to Samuel, hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye every man unto his city.
All right, we're finna fall right on into chapter 9. We're finna fall right on into chapter 9. You can pick it up, read 1 through 13.
All right. Now there was a man of Benjamin, whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zerah, the son of Bachorath, the son of Apha, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power.
So we see they all come from a very prestigious family. You know what I'm saying? Influential, prestigious, wealthy. Go ahead.
And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man, and good. And there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people.
So Saul looked like a great king.
He had looked upon.
You know, being a great overseer or a leader was all about passing the eye test. A lot of us, hey, we be the man around here.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of us speak well, can you know, articulate very well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dress sharp. You know, write books, all that. Speak the Hebrew well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like fine garments.
Yeah, long fringes sweeping the floor. Hey, if it was all about passing the eye test, man, look here. Shoot, maybe we would have been one of the kings of Israel. It would have been plenty kings of Israel, way more. If it was about passing the eye test, it'd be way more so-called teachers out here. But we see it in this late hour that, man, this thing ain't all about passing that eye test, because a lot of these overseers is being called out on their wickedness. And it's a lot of overseers that's in wickedness that the draws really just ain't been snatched off of you yet.
Yep. He said he gonna make an open show of you.
Yeah, the Most High gonna make an open show of you. Mm-hmm. Don't get the draws snatched off like Elder Jacob say.
Yeah.
All right, we at verse 3?
Yeah, we at verse 3.
Go ahead.
And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost.
Yeah.
And Kish said to Saul his son, take now one of the servants with thee and arise, go seek the asses.
All right, so y'all notice in that verse 2 that, you know, usually when they introduce somebody, it say something about how their relationship with the Most High is. Notice it didn't say anything about Saul's relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? No, peep that. Go ahead.
And he passed through Mount Ephraim and passed through the land of Shalicia.
Right.
But they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, come, let us return, lest my father leave caring for the ashes and take thought for us. And he said unto him, behold now, there is in this city a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he said comely surely to pass.
So everybody knew about Samuel. You know, he had a reputation. All the great men of the Most High, like all the men of the Most High.
Right.
They got a reputation. Everybody know about you. You know what I'm saying? They want to know in the closet bruise. Go ahead.
Now let us go to the pre-adventure. He can show us our way that we should go. Then said Saul to his servant, but behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God what we have.
So back then it was common courtesy to bring the dear one to some of the prophet. Go ahead.
And the servant answered Saul again and said, behold, I have here here at hand a 4/part of a shekel of silver. That will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come, let us go unto the seer. Go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer.
Right.
Then said Saul to his servant, well said, come, let us go. So they went into the city where the man of God was. And as they went up the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water and said unto them, is the seer here?
All right, so now we got the people ask for a king. You know what I'm saying? The Most High speaking through Samuel, tell Samuel to tell the people what man that king that they will be. Basically told them y'all gonna be his servants. So Saul don't know none of this then went on.
Right.
He's totally unaware of all this at this point. He's just going to look for the asses that ran off. But on his way, they know Samuel is in this part of the city, so they like, hey, look, we need to go see the seer that's here and see if he can tell us where the ass is at. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And they answered them and said, behold, he is before you. Make haste now For he came today to the city, for there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place.
Verse 13.
As soon as they were coming to the city, as soon as ye be coming to the city, ye shall straightway find him before he go up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he does bless the sacrifice. And afterwards they eat that be big. Now therefore get you up about this time ye shall find him.
All right, skip to verse 15.
Now the Lord told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, tomorrow about this time I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is come unto me. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Most High said unto him, behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, this same shall reign over my people.
So look, the Lord, look how merciful the Most High is. Even though, they fired him basically from being king, he said, look, go ahead and anoint him. He gonna lead my people. All right. So Saul is still unaware. He don't know that he is about to be a king. Go ahead.
Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, tell me, I pray thee, where is the seer's house is? And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer.
Talking to him.
Right. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today, and tomorrow I will let thee go. And I will tell thee all that is in thine heart. And as for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found. And on whom is all the desire of Israel? Is it not on thee, on all thy father's house? And Saul answered and said, I am not I a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel.
Wow. So look at Saul. So I know the brother was very had a very humble opinion of himself. He was humble, started out modest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A handsome man, had the support of Samuel, and had the support of the people. Look how he started off. Go ahead.
And my family, the least of all the families of the tribes of Benjamin.
We read in the first verse how prestigious his family was. Goes to show you how humble he was, starting out. Go ahead.
Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? And Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them to the parlor and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were big, which were about 30 persons. And Samuel said to the cook, bring the portion which I gave thee, or which I said unto thee, set it by thee. Then and the cook took up the shoulder and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Samuel said, behold, that which is left, set it before thee, and eat. For unto this time has it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did eat with Samuel that day. And when they were come down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. And they arose, and it came to pass about the spring of the day that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, up, that I may send thee away. And Saul arose, and they went out, both of them, and he and Samuel abroad. As they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, bid the servant pass on before us. And he passed on. But stand thou still a while, that I may show thee the word of God.
Right, so he sent this servant away. And he said, go on, so I can show you the word of God. So now you're about to anoint Saul as king in private, not in front of the people yet. Go ahead, bro. Skip right on down into verse 10. So right now we see Saul started humble, free of egotism, boastfulness, envy. He had a very humble opinion of himself starting out. You know what I'm saying? He was a humble brother.
Right.
You know, so far he fit the qualifications of an overseer. So far. Chapter 10, verse 1.
Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, is it not because the Lord has anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance?
Mm-hmm.
When thou departed from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto thee, the ashes which thou wentest to seek are found, and lo, thy father had left the care of the ashes and sorrow for you, saying, what shall I do for my son?
So this is how the Most High operates. When he equips somebody to go do his work, he always send them a sign just to show them that I called you. Mm-hmm. It's time for you to do what you got to do. He did the same thing with Gideon, with the fleece, mm-hmm. and the dude. He did the same thing with Moses. He put his hand in his bosom when Moses was down. Like, right. Lord, you really with me? You really calling me to do this, Lord? Like, look, put your hand in your bosom and take it back out. And he saw it when it changed colors. He like, yeah, okay. And he wondered at the bush as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the Most High operate. Go ahead. This was Saul's sign to show him that the Most High was with him. Go ahead.
Then shalt thou go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. Mm-hmm. And they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hand.
Yeah.
After that, thou shalt come to the hill of the Most High, where is the garrison of the Philistines. And it shall come to pass, when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place with psaltery and a tabret and a pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. Mm. And the Spirit of the Most High God will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and thou shalt be turned into another man.
Wow. So he was saying the Spirit of the Most High gonna come upon you, you're gonna have a different mindset. Mm. You're gonna be thinking like a king, acting like a king. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Let's keep reading. It's the plot thickens.
And verse 7, and let it be when these signs are come unto thee, mm-hmm. that thou shalt do as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee. I'm in verse 8.
Okay.
Keep going.
No, yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Pay attention to this verse 8, because the Most High is about to give Saul some very important instructions. Very important instructions. This is also a qualification of a overseer. Mm-hmm. Are you following the commands of the Most High? It's as simple as that. Are you? A rhetorical question. If you are overseer, just ask yourself, and then just run down the list and see which ones check out and see which ones don't. You know, and whatever ones don't, we got work to do, don't we?
Yep.
We all do. Let the overseers examine themselves. The example of Saul, part 1. Go ahead.
And thou shalt go down before me to Gilgal.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, I will come down unto thee to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings. Mm-hmm. 7 days shalt thou tarry till I come to thee.
Yeah.
And show thee what thou shalt do.
So Samuel gave him specific instructions. Mm-hmm. He said, thou shalt go down to me before to Gilgal, and I will come down unto thee to offer burnt. I will come down to thee. Samuel, I'm going to come down and offer the burnt offering. Nobody else. And the sacrifices of peace offerings. He said, you shall tarry for 7 days till I come to thee and show thee what thou should do. All right. So this sound pretty simple and right? You ain't gotta think. You ain't gotta. Well, what if he told you?
Right.
Simple instructions.
Right.
Can you follow simple instructions?
Yeah, one job.
One job. Verse 9.
And it was so And when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, the Most High gave him another heart. And all those signs came to pass that day. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon him, and he prophesied among them. And it came to pass, when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets, then the people said one to another, what is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?
So they never knew Saul to prophesy before. That's because the Spirit of the Most High probably wasn't dealing with him like that.
Right.
But the Spirit of the Most High came on him. He prophesied. So the brother was started off humble, started off modest. You see what I'm saying? The brother was prophesying. The Spirit of the Lord was with him. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And one of the same, and one of the same place answered and said, but who is their father? Therefore he became a proverb. It is Saul also among the prophets.
So one of them asked, so who gotta be a prophet? Who is the father of the other prophets? Then that's his father. He talking about the most referencing the Most High. He's the father of all the other prophets.
Right. That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So he said it became a proverb. It's all among the prophets. A proverb, that was a common saying then at that time. You know, so this brother was influential. He had people talking about it like, man, it's Saul. Every time they saw him prophesy, it's all among the prophets now. Most High was dealing with this brother. Go ahead.
And when he had laid an end of prophesying, he came to the high place. And Saul's uncle said unto him and to his servant, whither went ye? And he said, to seek the asses. And when we saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel. And Saul's uncle said, tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said unto you. And Saul said unto his uncle, he told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spake, he told him nothing.
So he didn't tell his uncle that far where he was anointed king over the whole nation.
Right.
He didn't tell his uncle that far. Go ahead.
And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord to Mizpah, and said unto the children of Israel, thus said the Most High God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all kingdoms, and of them that oppressed you. And ye have this day rejected your God, whom himself saved you out of all your adversities and your tribulation.
You see that? He said you rejected your God when you went for earthly king.
Right.
Saved you out of all your adversity. Go ahead.
And ye have said unto him, nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and by your thousands. And when Samuel had called all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. And we had called the tribe of Benjamin to come near to their families. And the families of Matri was taken. And Saul, the son of Kish, was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. Therefore he inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come thither. And the Most High answered, behold, he has hid himself from among the stuff.
So this brother,
he don't want to put on Front Street.
You know what I'm saying? I told you the brother was humble, man. You see the characteristics he had starting out as a chosen leader of the people. The brother was humble. He hiding amongst the stuff. He know he about to be in front of the people. He back there hide. He like, man, I don't want to be in the spotlight.
Right.
And you know, it's crazy to see how this brother started out versus how he ended up. Go ahead.
23. And they ran and fetched him thence. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders and up. And Samuel said to all the people, see ye him whom the Lord has chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king.
Right.
All right. And Samuel told the people the matter of the kingdom and wrote it in a book and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. And Saul also went home to Gibeah, and there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched.
Verse 27.
But the children of Belial said, how shall this man save us?
Yeah, so the devil, so he had haters out there. Go ahead. What they say?
They despised him and brought him no presents, but he held his peace.
Patience. How he started out, man. And how we start out is how we need to finish.
Right, brother.
Patient. The sons of the devil like, man, this nigga ain't finna rule over me.
Right. That's basically what they say.
Yeah. Who's this nigga?
Right. Why they pick him?
Yeah, why they pick him? But look, Saul, he didn't even say nothing.
So in discord.
He probably just looked at him and then he shook his head. Didn't even say nothing. We rolling right on into chapter 11. It's getting good. It's finna get good now. It's finna get good. Finna get good. So the brother was what? Good. The scripture said he was good looking brother.
Tall brother.
Yep, tall brother. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a king physically. Humble. That's what we take from these scriptures. He was humble, modest. You see what I'm saying? Let's read chapter 11. We got to read chapter 11. Go ahead. Pick it up in verse 1.
Then Nahash, the Amorite, came up.
Nahash in the Hebrew, the name means serpent. So when you get into the Hebrew language and you start getting into, you start breaking words down, it paints another picture for you. So this man Nahash, which his name means serpent, we all know who that is. So we know what he's about.
What spirit he working with.
What spirit he working with. That's right. Go ahead.
Then Nahash the Amorite came up and he kept against Jabesh Gilead.
So he encamped, so he was getting ready to lay seed. Yeah, Jabesh Gilead, get ready to make war and take it. Go ahead.
And all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee.
Yeah.
And Nahash the Amorite answered them, on this condition will I make a covenant with you, that I may thrust out all your right eyes and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel.
Oh, so he wanted to glorify himself by humiliating Israel.
Right.
You see that? And Jabesh Gilead was an Israelite city.
Right.
And they, I probably would have done it.
Got scared.
But they reasoned with somebody who name means serpent. I wouldn't reason with nobody like that.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coasts of Israel. And then, if there be no man to save us, we will come out to thee.
Like, you know how weak that'll make
what?
Like this man ruling over you, and all the men of your nation got their right eyes plucked out. You know how weak that'll make us look as men, as the nation.
But hey, a lot of these overseers, look out some of these jokers right eyes.
And make them they love
because they get
lapdogs.
That's right. They get submissive to them.
That's right. You still ain't lying about that. It's a lot of that going on.
Yep.
A lot of that going on.
Don't bypass them little Jews like that.
Figuratively
examine
speaking.
yourself. Yeah, figuratively speaking.
A lot of y'all so-called overseers and plucked out y'all right eyes and made y'all his little lapdogs.
Flying monkey.
I use that word.
Yeah.
Lap dogs. Come here, boy.
Yeah.
Here y'all go running. What's up? What's up, master? Get on, boy. Get. There y'all go running. Come here, boy. There y'all come. Running. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Then
came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings of the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field. And Saul said, what aileth the people that they weep? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh.
So let's see what happened. Go ahead.
And the Spirit of the Most High came upon Saul when he heard those tidings. and his anger was kindled greatly. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces and sent them throughout all the coasts of Israel by the hand of messengers, saying, whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so it shall be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out with one consent.
Oh, so Saul, the spirit of the Most High came upon him. He took the oxen, slew and sent it to all the people.
Yeah.
That's gonna get your mind ready for war when you see something like this show up at your doorstep. Imagine if we was a nation now and somebody came and somebody did that to one of our cities, and the King David or somebody sent a slaughter oxen pieces to your door in the mailbox.
Yeah.
When the men see that, they already get the sword. It's time to go to war.
That's it, bro.
It's time to go to war. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they said unto the messengers that came, thus shall ye say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead, tomorrow by that time the sun be hot, ye shall have help. The messengers came and showed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad.
So the men of Jabesh Gilead, you know what I'm saying, received a threat from Nahash, which means serpent, son of the devil, and they took it back to King Saul. King Saul got the troops ready. Y'all had help by the time the sun hot tomorrow. Go ahead. We're strapping up. Go ahead.
Therefore the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you.
Yeah.
And it was so on the morrow that Saul put people in 3 companies. And they came in the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day. And it came to pass that they which remained were scattered, so that 2 of them were not left together. And the people said unto Samuel, who is he that said, shall Saul reign over us?
So the people probably all excited. They just put the Ammonites down by the hand of Saul. So they like, man, everybody that's in opposition to Saul need to die. Where them 2 Negroes at that was talking out in Noah's earlier? Bring them over here and kill them too.
Right.
Let's see Saul respond. This goes to show you, man, this brother was a good tree gone bad, so to speak, man.
Yeah.
Look at this brother response right here. Go ahead.
Bring them in that we may put them to death. And Saul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day. For today the Lord has wrought salvation in Israel.
So Saul like, no,
giving all the glory to God.
Giving all the glory to the Most High. Like, man, this is a day of salvation for Israel, not a day to kill people of our nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He like, this all good. Let them brothers be. Look, man, and when I think about how this brother ended up here, it's sad. Go ahead.
Then Samuel said to the people, come, let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly.
So now, you know, even Saul recognizes that the power of the Lord is with him at this point. He said, you know, this the Most High is doing. He wrought salvation in Israel this day. Right on into chapter 12. Let's get it.
And Samuel said unto all Israel, behold, I have hearkened unto your voice, and all that ye said unto me, and have made a king over you. And now, behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed. And behold, my sons are with you. And I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here am I, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox I have taken, and whose ass have I taken, or who have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed, or whose hand has received any bribe to blind my eyes therewith? And I will restore it to you.
So this is Samuel's farewell address. Speaking as the leader of the nation. And he's just letting them know, look, look, you know, I still don't understand why y'all did this. You know, who have I defrauded? Who oxen have I stolen? You know, and another thing we can pull from this, like when it's time for you to hand the ministry down, like don't hand no brother nothing that's tainted.
Right.
You know, this brother had a spotless, blameless ministry.
That's right.
And he handed that blameless ministry down to Saul.
Good point.
All praises to the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And they say, thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand. And he said unto them, the Lord is witness against you, and his anointed is witness this day, that ye have not found aught in my hand. And they answered, he is witness. And Samuel said unto the people, is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt? Now therefore stand still.
All the people agreed, like, man, you do none of that. You was 100 with it. Well, then why did y'all want to keep him and the Lord as y'all leaders? Go ahead.
When Jacob was coming into Egypt, and your fathers cried unto the Lord, then the Most High sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, and made them dwell in this place. And when they forgot the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and in the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them.
Right, those were the times of the judges. Go ahead.
And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned because we have forsaken the Most High, and have served Baalim and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve thee. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal, and Bedan, and Jephthah.
Man, there ain't nothing mentioned in the scripts about Bedan. He was the judge, whichever one it is, but don't mention nothing. Some say it's a translation of Barak, you know, but some say that's a judge that wasn't mentioned in the scripture. I can't read that. Right. That is Barak. Go ahead.
And Samuel, and summoned and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies on every side, and ye dwell safe. And when you saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, he said unto me, nay, but a king shall reign over us.
So now we see that's the real reason we You see him coming up to us, besieging us, happened before 1 Samuel 8.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's when the people came and said, hey man, well, look, we need a king. Like the Lord the Most High hadn't delivered us from all our enemies when we've been outnumbered and didn't have to lift a finger most times. I can't believe, man, I can't believe this reading out people sometimes. But yep, that's us though. Hey, that's us. Go ahead.
But the Lord your power was your king. Now therefore behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired. And behold, the Lord has set a king over you. If you will fear the Most High, and serve him, and obey his voice, and not rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also your king that reigneth over you continue following the Lord your power. But if you will not obey the Lord, the voice of the Lord, but will rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you as it was against your father.
So the standard for both the king and the people is the same. Keep the commandment.
Keep the commandment, brother. Keep the commandment.
You don't
supersede the scripture.
Yeah, you don't supersede the command. The standard is the same for you as well, overseers. Keep the commands just like the people got to do. And if you don't, he eventually gonna sit you down. He eventually gonna sit you down. You ain't got to worry about no man picking up the phone telling you can't teach this Sabbath.
Right.
Now, when he sits you down, you sit down. We need to stop playing with this thing. Remember, he said we have the greater condemnation.
Right. We read that.
You see, like, let's stop playing with this. This brother reigned how many years?
42, man.
And the Most High left him win
after the second year of his reign. So he was just holding the spot now.
It reminds me of the scripture when Paul said, I need to keep myself, I'm paraphrasing, I should keep myself in order, unless when I'm done teaching y'all, I become a castaway.
That's right.
After you done leading the people, you're going to be a castaway? Think about that. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Now therefore stand and see this great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes.
Man, I want to go back to that. Think about that, really. You know what I'm saying? I want if you are overseer watching this right now, really think about that. Think about all the work you put in, you know what I'm saying? But it was something like it was for unrighteous, you had unrighteous motives. So in the end, or selfish motives. In the end, you looking for a reward, and the Lord say, okay, now go on over there to the left. Boy, that's
hard lick right there, bro. Hard lick.
If that don't scare you, and you so call yourself an overseer, it should scare you. Go ahead.
Is it not wheat? Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send the thunder and the rain, that you may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord.
Right. So rain was usually unusual during the wheat harvest. So the Most High sent the rain as a sign to show his displeasure for them rejecting him as a king and asking for an earthly king for all the wrong reasons at that. All the wrong reasons. Go ahead.
In asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Most High, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day. And all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, pray for thy service unto the Lord thy power, that we die not. For we have added unto all our sins this evening to add us a king. And Samuel said to the people, fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet turn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart, and turn ye not aside, for then should ye go after vain things which cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. That's right. For the Most High power would not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it has pleased the Lord to make you his people.
Y'all heard that? Please the Lord to make you his people. Go ahead.
Moreover, as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in ceasing to pray for you.
So an overseer definitely prays for his flock. Samuel said, look, it's a sin if I don't.
Come on, bro.
Are we praying for our flock? The assembly, the body, not just where you at or what your camp is. Because that ain't the body. That's a part of the body.
Right. The book say, to him that knows to do good and do it not, it is
sin. Are you praying for the flock? Do you even care enough to pray for the flock? If them niggas, they want to lead, let them lead. What about their soul? Their eternal soul. Are you thinking about that? We seeing leaders while we reading this Samuel going through Saul, but you seeing all the stuff that we pulling out of these chapters and these verses. Go ahead.
Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he has done for you.
That's right.
For if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king.
Both ye and your king. Right on in the 13. It's been good. Here we go.
Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin. And the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent.
Right.
And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Gibeah, and the Philistines heard of it. And Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, "Let the Hebrews hear."
Now notice Jonathan is Saul's son. He initiated the battle with the Philistines. He kicked everything off. The young man, the son.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And all of Israel heard say that Saul had smitten all the garrisons of the Philistines.
Of course, the king don't get credit for it. Just like if America bombed somebody, Trump didn't fly on the plane and go drop no bomb on nobody, but
he gave the order.
He gave the order, so guess who's gonna get the credit? The king. Go ahead.
And all Israel heard the saying that Samuel had smitten the garrison of the Philistines. That Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistines.
Also, we was an abomination unto the Philistines. You see that? They couldn't stand us. The sight of us, they hated the sight of us. Just like some of the white men do today. But these was Gentiles, period. But these Gentiles had black skin. And they thought of us as abomination. But as long as we, did what they said was weak and we was best buds. They love you then. Your oppressors love you when you go along and get along and coon it.
Sucking in jive.
Oh, when you a nigga and you standing up for something? Oh no, you abomination to us. Eventually they gonna start killing some of us for standing up. Been doing. Go ahead.
And the people were called together after Shaul to Gilgal.
Yeah.
And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel.
So Saul got how many men? 3,000 men, right? Saul got 3,000 men. Go ahead.
30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen.
Wow. So the Philistines come up against Saul's 3,000 men with 30,000 chariots,
6,000 horsemen.
And 6,000 horsemen. And what else?
And people as much as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash eastward toward Bethlehem.
Okay, what else was happening?
So the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait.
In a strait means rough spot.
Tight spot.
They like, bro, it's only 3,000 of us, and they got 30,000 chariots with 6,000 horsemen. Go ahead.
When the men of Israel saw that they were in the strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves and in thickets and in rocks and in high places and in pits.
Wow. Go ahead.
And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. Some of them were running. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. I'm in the middle 8. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him.
So if you are overseer in Israel right now at this time, what do you do? What do you do? The little army that you had ran off. You got these Philistines standing there with their game face on, ready to kill some. 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen.
Right.
You didn't tarry for Samuel. He ain't showed up yet. What do you do? Rhetorical question. As an overseer in Israel, what would you do in this situation?
Obey.
What would you do? And try not to form your answer, because we read all this after the fact. Like, just really think, knowing how you are. Knowing how you are, put yourself right here in Saul's shoes. You outnumbered. Outgunned. Ooh, man, look here. When I got to thinking about this, I just started laughing. Like,
everybody really get scared.
Yeah. And the people that's following you, they like, what we gonna do, King? And Saul probably look at them like, we? What we? What I'm gonna do is, go ahead.
Verse 9. And Saul said, bring hither a burnt offering to me and peace offering. And he offered the burnt offering.
Now we read in chapter 10, verse 8, the instructions was Samuel was said to wait for me and I will bring it. So Saul was a leader who couldn't keep it tight when it got tight. That's the qualification of a leader. What do you do when it gets tight?
How do you react under the rest?
That's right. When your name being dragged through the mud, undeservingly. You see what I'm saying? How you react. And your people, you best believe, oh, they watching you.
Yeah.
They watching you. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that as soon as he made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came and Saul went to meet him.
So right after this man offered them burnt offering, Saul come walking through the door. And you probably had some people clapping and cheering Saul on. There you go. He a man of action. Saul get things done around here.
Yeah.
Not so. And Saul probably walking up smelling the burnt offering. Smelling the sacrifice. Ooh. It is just like I can see Saul. It's just like when you catch your child doing something and you tell them, hey, what you doing? They look up to you and reach for you. What was you doing? Go ahead.
And Saul went out to meet him that he might salute him. And Samuel said, what hast thou done? And Saul said, because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and thou camest not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash.
Man, look at all these excuses.
Excuses, buddy.
Look at all these excuses this brother making. And this wasn't nothing but a test from the Lord. So the brother, go ahead. We're going to read it. Go ahead.
Therefore I say, the Philistines will come down now upon me at Gilgal, so you scared for your life.
Right. You scared when your mind really shouldn't have been. You need to be, man, I need to petition the heavens right now.
Right.
Go ahead.
Therefore I said, the Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal, and I have not made supplication unto the Lord.
Wait a minute. I have not made supplication unto the Lord. So making the sacrifice is the only way to make a supplication?
No.
You couldn't pray, you couldn't proclaim a fast with the people that were still following you.
Brother. Right.
The Most High was going to give Israel the victory with or without the people.
Right.
And we finna see that the Lord left this brother, his kingdom wasn't going to continue because of this. So essentially, this brother lost his kingdom because he ran out of patience. 1 Timothy 3 said, qualification of a bishop, he must be patient. Go ahead.
I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering.
Yeah.
And Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now will the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever.
Wow. So, boy, if he would have just waited a little while longer, all how different things could have been. And it be like that in life, like them waning final seconds be the toughest ones.
Just hold on.
Be patient. Go ahead.
But now thy kingdom shall not continue. The Most High has sought him a man after his own heart, and the Lord has commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. Now, we read at the top of that, that's where we got that from. That was the second year that brother reigned. Now, he just got told by the man of God after the second year that the Lord was done with him. He was through, but he kept the position down. For 40, he held a position down for 40 years. But he just got told by the man of God, hey, man, the Lord already looking for somebody else.
Right. So what if you were elder that's been doing dirt for years? Doing dirt for years, ain't nothing happened to you yet. But you still you think because you still in that position that ain't nothing gonna happen to you. It's all good. Okay. Like I say, we ain't reading this tonight for no reason.
Right.
All of us as overseers need to take heed to the example, even though it was a bad one, the one he left.
That was good.
You see what I'm saying? Like, let's stop playing with this.
Go
ahead.
Verse 15.
And he said, because thou has not kept that which the Lord commanded, which I just want to hit on the point I was making a couple of weeks ago. Like, it's way deeper than just you keeping the 10. Everything the Lord says is a command.
Right.
Now, this commandment, it ain't in the 10 commandments.
That's right, bro.
You see, but it was a severe punishment that came behind disobeying it.
Yeah. Anything go off the Lord's mouth is a command.
That's right. And you better get to it. Go ahead.
But now thy kingdom shall not continue. I already read that. I'm reading 15. I'm sorry, 15.
Go ahead.
And Samuel arose and got him up from Gilgal unto Gibeah of Benjamin. And Saul numbered the people that were present with him about 600 men.
So his army pointed down to 600 men.
Mm-hmm. And Saul and Jonathan his son and the people that were present with him abode in Gibeah of Benjamin, but the Philistines encamped in Michmash. The spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. One company turned unto the way that leadeth to Oprah and the land of Shaul, and the other company turned away to Beth Horon, and the other company turned to the way and the border that looketh to the valley of Zeboim,
so
toward the wilderness.
That's right. So the Philistines all split up, so they can try to lock the Israelites in. They was only down 600 men.
Right.
You know, the way they see it, it's going to be an easy war. Go ahead.
Now, there was no smith found throughout all the land of Israel. For the Philistines said, lest the Hebrews make them swords or speedy.
Yeah.
But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his share and his culture and his axe and his mattock.
Right. So the Philistines had superior military technology.
Right.
They had the more superior military technology than we did. We had to fight with whatever we had.
Right. They're stepping up right now too.
Yeah. Axe, what? It said mattock, a culture. We fighting whatever we had. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And they had a file for the mattocks.
Yeah.
And for the cultures, and for the forks, and for the axes, and to sharpen the goads. And it came to pass in that day of battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Saul and Jonathan. But with Saul and with Jonathan, his son, was there found.
Right. So them the only 2 swords that was found. Everybody else had to fight with what they had.
Rocks.
600 versus 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and now they now split up into companies.
They strapped up. And they strapped. That's like today, it's just 2 of y'all with some 38s, and everybody got laser beam guns and AK-47. All you got is 238. Pull it out of the bag, and all you got is 238 pistols.
No, you got a hot point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that's like.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And, verse 23. And the garrison of the Philistines went out to the passage of Michmash.
All right. Go ahead. Chapter 14.
Now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan the son of Shaul said unto the young man that bare his armor, come and let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that on the other side, that is on the other side, but he told not his father.
Now look at what we have here. We got a man who's of an age, revealed. And we have his son who's clearly younger than him, acting on faith, you know what I'm saying, young. Is the Lord, who's the Lord gonna use? Just ask yourself that. If you were elder, you know you doing wrong. You know who you are.
Yep.
The Lord gonna use you, or the Lord's gonna use this young brother over here who got the faith, got the right attitude. Something to think about. Something to think about. Bro. Go ahead.
And Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeah, under the pomegranate tree.
So Jonathan didn't tell his father. And what now, was he being rebellious for not telling his father? Or was he doing what the Most High telling him to do and acting on his faith, acting out of faith? Go ahead.
Which is a big ground.
Right.
And the people that were with him were about 600 men.
Now the king ain't doing nothing but sitting under a pomegranate tree, probably feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead.
And Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, and the son of Eli, the Lord's priest, in Shiloh were wearing an ephod. And the people knew not that Jonathan was gone.
Wow.
And between the passages which Jonathan thought to go over unto the Philistine garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side, and the sharp rock on the other side. And the name of the one was Bozez, and the name of the other Sina.
So Jonathan, on his legal faith, teaching place, a place with two big sharp rocks and a narrow path. Now those few men can do with those many men in that small space now.
Right.
So
like 300.
Yeah. So he said, like, oh yeah, we can get them right here and deal with them. Go ahead.
The forefront of the one was situated northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeah.
Yeah.
And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, come, let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Most High to save by many or by few.
See that young brother got the faith.
Yes, sir.
The right attitude. He's like, man, look, the Lord bigger than this. He can save by few or many. It don't even matter with him.
Right.
Go ahead.
And his armor bearer said unto him, do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee. Behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. And the little young brother with him too.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you got to have some young riders ready to ride out.
That's right.
You got see sometimes old people, man, they old and body hurt him like, man, I'm gonna lay back. Yeah. And you got to have some jokers, man, ready to ride out for the Most High.
Yeah.
They got that zeal and that felt.
That's right. And you can see that the Lord using these young brothers.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't worried about their age. He looking at their character, tend to their heart. All the elders were scared to go spy the land out. Who rose up?
Yeah. Joshua and Caleb. Young brother.
You want to know how I know they young? Because numbers 1, you can enlist in the army in Israel 20 years old and upward. Now, if I'm old enough to enlist in this physical war, how can you tell a brother he got to be 30 to enlist in this spiritual war? That don't make no sense.
No.
If the spirit on him, the spirit on him.
Yeah.
Let him put his hand to the plow.
That's right.
And young ox, don't let them box you in.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And all these other young brothers were doing, he didn't have no weapon.
That's right.
He was holding the armor for the brother and he said, hey man, I'm still going up there with you.
That's right.
Do what the Most High to put in your heart, on your mind.
Wow.
And I'm gonna ride with you all the way to the end.
And what the elder doing? Sitting on that damn pomegranate.
Yeah. After he done messed up.
With people with the ephod on.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's this ain't not no lost book.
No.
This right here in the same Torah y'all want to go to in Leviticus to pull that madness, that one-liner. That's all it is a one-liner. Because you don't read from verse 1 on down.
If I ain't mistaken, David got anointed king before he was 30.
Right.
Huh?
Come on now.
And what they tell you, every king had to have a book of the law with him now. Why? So he can judge the people.
That's right.
Y'all better read up, man.
That's right. And stop being so shallow in your understanding. Thinking that's the only qualification for a teacher.
When was Solomon made king?
When he was young.
Huh? What did he do? He judged
the people.
Huh?
Why? Because the Most High looked at the intents of Saul's heart, at Solomon's heart.
Come on, man.
And it was right.
He said we know Solomon's enough.
Right.
We are Israel.
That's right. We are Israel. Are we not? Don't let because of where you congregated box you into their dogma. Go ahead. Expand limits. Vibrate higher. Level up. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Then said Jonathan, behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say unto us, tarry until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place and will not go up unto them.
So Jonathan, like, look, based off their response, we gonna be able to tell if the Most High with us or not.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, so if they say come up to us, we gonna go up. That means the Lord and deliver them into our hands.
That's
go
right,
ahead.
brother.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. But if they say thus, come up unto us, then we will go up. For the Most High has delivered them into our hand. Yeah. And this shall be a sign for us. Mm-hmm. And both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines.
Wow. So look at the bravery of these brothers. 2 young brothers.
Right.
Putting their neck on the line. It's just 2 of them versus thousands of men. And they go out there and discover themselves to them. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not worried about what if these folks rush us from all directions and kill us. They not thinking about none of that. They just acting on faith. Let's get it. Go ahead.
And both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the holes where they had hid themselves. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor bearer and said, come up to us, and we will show you a thing. And Jonathan said unto his armor bearer, come up after me, for the Most High has delivered them into the hand of Israel.
I know their eyes got big when you heard that Philistine say that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that's what we talked about.
Yup.
We got him now. Let's get it. Go ahead.
And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands and upon his feet, and his armor bearer after him. And they fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew after him.
Well, they was in between them 2 rocks in that narrow place, wearing them Philistines out.
Right.
Go ahead.
And at the first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor bearer made were about 20 men, within, as it were, a half acre of land which a yoke of oxen might plow.
Man, they saw Jonathan handle them 20 men. They was like, we don't want none of that.
No.
Go ahead.
And there was trembling in the host, in the field among all the people, the garrison and the spoilers, they also trembled. And the earthquake.
Ooh, the Most High had to show himself.
Yeah.
He had to show up after what these 2 young brothers had done. The faith they had. Right after they sent all them Philistines low running, the Most High shook the earth.
Right.
Put the icing on the cake. And all this, we defeated the Philistines by the hand of a young ox.
Yeah.
2 young ox.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's it, bro.
While the elder sit under a pomegranate tree twiddling his thumb.
Hey. His hair braid.
You finished that verse 15?
No. So it was a very great tribute.
That's it on that. Right. Let's go to Romans 15.
All right.
Romans 15. We gonna stop it right there, the Torah portion right there on Samuel. And we're gonna pick it back up where we stopped at, because it's gonna lead us into part 2. But let's go to Romans 15. Romans 15 to read verse 4.
Whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning.
Were written for our learning. So we see so far in this part 1 how the brother started out humble.
Right.
minus. You see what I'm saying? Good looking brother, all that. But we finna gradually start getting into how he fell off. And then we gonna see like just how severe the Most High was dealing with this brother every time he fell off. The Most High would give him another chance. He fell off again. You know what I'm saying? This brother fell off how he was treating his brother, talking crazy to his son.
Yep. Going against the word of the Most High God.
Consistently. And we seeing a lot of the elders right now do that.
And the first thing that got kicked off, he stepped out of his lane.
Yep.
And see, a lot of us today, we think how we hold a title teacher or we over a camp or over a congregation, we think we can drive in every lane in the assembly. Right. But no, you can't.
Right.
You got certain things that you gotta do. You got certain things that you can't do.
That's right.
And if you step out your lane, the man that run in the middle of traffic gonna get run over.
Let's go to Colossians
4. All right.
Let's grab Colossians 4.
Colossians 4.
Right. Because see, and one thing I've noticed when you call these Negroes out, these so-called overseers out on their wickedness, they're quick to pull scriptures where see you got to obey your master.
Your earthly master.
Well, what if your master is knee deep in wickedness and ain't trying to turn? Do I still follow him? Do I still look for this man to lead me into salvation when he on a one-way ticket to the lake?
Yeah, if that's the case, y'all gonna follow all y'all presidents.
You need to go back to the Sunday church if that's the case, and go follow your good old pastor that you once loved so much.
Right.
Because it ain't no different coming into this Israelite thing. It's just Hebrew, like the Elder Daniel Solomon said, it's just Hebrew Christianity.
Insanity. Yeah, because because he told you got to keep some laws here and there, because you're gonna follow down the road to wicked.
Right. And a quick to hit a brother that ain't as well versed in the scripts or ain't as knowledgeable in the scripts, and to tell him that he ain't obeying his earthly master. Well, let's see, like we read earlier, the king got to obey and the people got to obey. Colossians 4 and verse 1. Just read that one verse. When they try to beat you over the head with the script because you done called out something that they wicked behind is doing and they elder, and they say you ain't obeying the master, just take them, read this to them.
Right.
This one verse. Go ahead.
Master. Give unto your servants that which is just and equal.
Which is what?
Just and equal.
Knowing that what?
Knowing that ye also have a master in heaven.
Oh, okay. So he gonna require it of you if you ain't being just and equal.
There you go.
As a master.
Yeah.
So think about that before you try to hit somebody over the head with the scriptures and you ain't even dividing it right yourself.
A fool, people don't know a fool is a fool. Keep his mouth closed.
Right. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. We read in Romans 5 the things that was written aforetime are written for our learning. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, and it's the last place. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 10. Verse 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 11, and I read. Now all these things appeared unto them for example.
All these things happen.
All these things happen unto them for example.
Before this, Paul was getting to our forefathers in the wilderness, lusting after evil things. He said, look, these things are written for our examples. Go ahead.
And they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Upon whom all the ends of the world are come. They were written for our examples and admonition. So we need to look at the example of Saul as we continue to go through this series, however parts it may be, whatever it takes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as overseers, we need to really keep this brother's example in the back of our minds when we out here. Not just in front of our assembly, but in our personal lives, with our wives, our children, on the work, at the workhouse, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But that was the lesson. I hope somebody got some understanding. That was let the overseers examine themselves. The example of Saul, part 1.
Part 1, we coming back. You're going to have part 2 next week.
Yeah.
All right, we coming back with part 2 next week, most high willing. Hey, we want y'all to catch this series because it's going to be a very introspective series for those who us call ourselves teachers, those who call ourselves administrators of the faith. Right. So I'm saying, don't miss this series, young brother. The Most High pressed upon these young brothers to put together. So, hey, Most High willing, Most High permission, gonna keep this thing rolling. Right. So, hey, don't forget, anybody want to hit us up? We got our first feast that we're gonna be doing together as an Order of Melchizedek Ministries. Hey, anybody want to come to the feast? Hit us up on our our instant message on Facebook. You got TJ Miyagi on Facebook. You got me, Terrence Butler on Facebook, and What the Book Say Radio page on Facebook. Right. You got the True Hebrew 02 on the email, or hit us up on the YouTube, or whatever. If you want to become part of the feast, Feast of Unleavened Bread on April 20th, hit us up. We'll give you the time and the location.
Hey, my sister G, I forgot about to send you the email. I just been real busy. So I got you in my phone. Don't forget about our blog. We add them to the platform for the next few weeks. Right. I've been most high drop some things, for me to tell my real later on, you know what I'm saying? That we're gonna get the blogs rolling, incorporated with the station. Right. We try to have all avenues on full go, man. So it's just a little extra tidbit. Me and the young lad, we try to get together. Me and my real, we try to get together to get a Hebrew Israelite Expo. Come to the M-Town. Vendors who want to be a part of it. And you got wares you want to sell, Hebrew Israelite clothing, music, chains, health food, whatever you want to do. Hit us up. We try to get this Hebrew Israelite Expo together. Anybody gonna do some spoken word, whatever. We try to get this thing rolling because, hey, as an Israelite, we got to come together as a family, man, and support and help one another. Right. So, hey, hit us up. We're gonna be talking. I know my boy Shaul said he gonna try to get down here. Okay. I done had a couple other crews about town hit me up, said they gonna try to make it down here. So, hey, we look forward to fellowship with our brothers and our sisters and our family. Right. And hey, all praise to the Most High, man. Hey, Most High will. They so-called Black History Month coming up. We got some things in the works. Yeah. Most High will. Very unique way of presenting our Black history. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not like what you can heard. You know what I'm saying? So Most High will continue to be with us. Right. I'll pray for us. We pray for y'all. Yes, sir. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. To our brothers and sisters in faith, we salute you. This your boy T Boogie. I got the young lion. Close up, second and down the ranges in the building. That's it, brother. Order of Melchizedek Ministries. We're gonna holler at y'all one more gig. We'll holler.